Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to a special episode of Critical Wade Theory. And I'm calling it Wade's Spooky Fun Time. This is a story, a spooky fun time story. It's called The Life Career Checkpoint. So imagine, if you will, the intro music, creepy tones fading into ominous strings. So, welcome, listeners, to a deeply chilling episode of Critical Wade Theory. And we're going to have a spooky fun time, like I said. And we're going to look at a story that hides in the shadows of the everyday. Tonight's tale is one of ambition, discovery, and the unseen dangers that come with unlocking potential. It's called The Life Career Checkpoint. Yes. The story begins, as so many do, with a person searching for purpose, someone drawn to the promise of success, but finding themselves lost in the eerie labyrinth of ambition. It's a tale of obsession, isolation, and the haunting realization that sometimes the path to fulfillment can lead you straight to the void. Part 1: The Researcher's Dilemma. Our protagonist, let's call her Dr. Evelyn Hart, was a researcher with an unshakable drive to achieve. After earning her PhD, Evelyn secured a coveted postdoctoral position at a faculty of medicine, and part of the prestigious university was really going to benefit from her presence. It was here, amid the sterile glow of fluorescent lab lights and the hum of machines, that Evelyn first began to hear the whispers. At first, they were subtle, barely discernible murmurs in the background of her 16-hour workdays. She blamed exhaustion, the grueling pace of her research, and the constant pressure to succeed. But as the whispers grew louder, they began to form words. Words like near miss or checkpoint. She confided in her mentor, who dismissed her concerns with a tired smile. When you need something done, he said, help will come crawling out of the woodwork. Evelyn didn't know how literal that phrase could become. Part 2: The Life Career Portal. Seeking an escape from the suffocating pressures of academia, Evelyn stumbled upon an online portal for a program called the Life Career Coaching Company. It promised to help individuals unlock their full potential through cutting edge psychological tools and an enhanced tracking system that allowed users to share progress, collect feedback, and assess their checkpoints, the language that they used to describe their process. Evelyn was skeptical, but desperation clouded her judgment. The portal asked for more than just a login and password. It required a quote unquote life blueprint. Users were instructed to upload deeply personal information, their goals, fears, and regrets. Against her better judgment, Evelyn entered it all. The results were seemingly immediate. Evelyn felt energized. She began to accomplish tasks with unnatural precision. Her research breakthroughs came so quickly it felt almost unnatural. And yet she couldn't shake the sensation that she was being watched. Part 3: The Co-working Program. The Life Career Coaching Company soon invited Evelyn to join its co-working program, which claimed to blend traditional and experimental therapy techniques to enhance creativity and productivity. Evelyn attended virtual sessions where faceless voices encouraged her to push beyond her limits. One night, During a particularly intense session, the screen flickered and the voices took on a darker tone. They whispered her deepest fears back to her, taunting her with memories she'd buried long ago. Checkpoint, they hissed, over and over again. The whispers were no longer confined to her computer. She heard them in her lab, in the hallways, even in her dreams. And then the dreams turned violent. In one, she was trapped in a crumbling house, chased by shadowy figures that screamed her failures with every step. Evelyn tried to leave the program, but the portal wouldn't let her. Each time she logged in to deactivate her account, it redirected her to an error message. This doesn't work. And part 4, the cost of success. Evelyn's success skyrocketed. Her name was on everyone's lips in the academic world. Grants, awards, and recognition poured in. But with every achievement, the whispers grew louder. Her colleagues began to notice her odd behavior, the way she flinched at unseen shadows, or muttered to herself in empty rooms. One day she received an email inviting her to an in person retreat hosted by the Life Career Coaching Company. The email promised a chance to finalize her blueprint and take her life to the next level. Despite her growing unease, Evelyn went. The retreat was held in an old, dilapidated building on the outskirts of town, and inside she found herself in a room full of people, each sitting motionless, their eyes fixed on glowing screens. At the center of the room was a single chair. The whispers guided her to it. Checkpoint, they urged. Against her will, she sat down. She thought she had a will, but it was useless. She sat down. The lights dimmed, and a voice boomed from the darkness. You have achieved everything you desired. Now we take our share. Evelyn screamed as shadowy tendrils erupted from the chair, wrapping around her arms, her legs, her throat. The whispers became deafening, their words twisting into an endless loop of her failures and triumphs, a horrifying cacophony of her own life. Part 5, the Aftermath. Evelyn was never seen again. Her colleagues assumed she'd burned out and disappeared, but her work remained. Papers were published under her name, research breakthroughs credited to her. It was as if she'd become a ghost, her legacy living on while her body and soul were consumed by the entity behind the Life Career Coaching Company. And what of the portal? It still exists, hidden in the dark corners of the web. Occasionally, someone stumbles upon it, drawn in by its promises of success. But those who use it are never the same. They talk of checkpoints, of whispers in the night, and of the inescapable cost of ambition. So, dear listeners, if you ever find yourself searching for shortcuts to success, remember Evelyn's story. And if you hear whispers urging you toward a checkpoint, for the love of everything, don't sit in the chair. So here is where you would hear a slow, eerie fade out of creepy music. Uh, well, I don't know if that story was very good, but there it is anyway. I will probably do more things like this in the future. So I guess if you like the story, that's good. If not, well, I'm going to proceed with things like this on occasion anyway. And you have a holly jolly Christmas, and I can say that kind of non sarcastically because next week it will be Christmas, in fact. So, yeah, have a good one.